and today I'm going to be cutting out a whole bunch of circles. And someone asked me if I could make them a bunch of circles since I don't know when this will be published, but at the time everyone's out of the wood rounds at like Home Depot or Lowe's. So someone I know wants some wood rounds, and we're going to make a quick circle cutting jig and cut them out with a router. So we've got a piece of 1/4 inch plywood that's cut down to a width that's just a little bit wider than the base of the router, maybe about a 1/2 inch or so on either side. And we need to take the base plate off the router and line it up where the edge of the jig is going to be, and then mark some holes. So I want the holes for the screws to be as snug as possible, so I'm using a 5/32 drill bit in this case. We're just going to drill out all 3 holes. So then finally we need to recess the holes on the bottom side of the jig so it can slide along the work surface smoothly. Because if you'll notice, for the plate on your router, it's got a little recess for the screws to sit in. Alright, so I forgot I should have drilled the recesses first, but it doesn't matter. It'll work. And then last, we're just going to attach it to the router. Now, I have no idea why. This is the second one I've made, and both of them have turned out crooked, even though I line up the flat part of the base plate with the edge of the wood. I have no clue what I did wrong. So I'm using a 1/4 inch spiral upcut bit to make my cuts, and the first thing I need to do is to figure out where I'm going to measure the radius of my hole from. So I'm just going to plunge the router through the jig and then measure from the edge of the hole. Or, I mean, I guess you could just lock it down and then measure from there, but the base gets in the way, so we're going to make the hole first. So I've got a line drawn for where I'm going to mark the radiuses, radii, whatever you want to say, and I need some 18-inch rounds. So I'm gonna drill a hole and mark it at 9 inches. Now you can attach the jig with something that allows it to rotate. You can really use whatever you want. You can use a screw, but then you're going to have a big hole in your workpiece. But if you're painting it, then it's not that big of a deal. You can just fill it. But in this case, I want the hole to be small so it's not as noticeable. So I'm going to use this. Can't remember what these type of nails are called. But anyway, just a tiny nail with a small head, and I'm going to drill out the hole so the nail fits as snug as possible in there. Alright, I got the center of my hole marked out, so I'm just going to attach the jig with the nail and start cutting. Alright, there's 4 of them. I got more to cut, but I'm guessing you don't want to watch, so make a circle cutting jig and go cut some circles.